Welcome to DJ and TV.
The meeting wey federal government and Nigeria Labour Congress do over fuel subsidy gbege, e no carry water o.
Correct people, we greet una. We welcome una to DJ and TV where ogbonge tori and update dey shele. So if you never subscribe to our YouTube channel, make una hurry now go subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so that anytime we be like say we drop any update like this, una go dey notified sharply. And also make una don't forget to follow us our Facebook page o. Anyway, make we quickly enter the tori wey we carry come for una.
Federal government and Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) do meeting over the issue of fuel subsidy removal wey Baba C declare on inauguration day. The whole negotiation no go well as dem reason am o. They don move comot now to rearrange to take settle this whole matter. The NLC president, that's the Nigerian Labour Congress president, no happy at all for all this development so far. Anyway, my people, make I leave una now, make una watch this video and hear more of wetin him talk and others too wey dey present for the meeting.
And the Labour, and you have seen the Labour Union, the president of the NLC, the president of TUC, and all their executive members are here. And we've been deliberating on finding very amicable resolution to the issue at hand, to the queue and all of that, and the increase in pump price. And we had a very robust engagement. We cross-fertilized ideas. Ideas flew from all sides. And there's one thing that is remarkable, even from the Labour side, and that is Nigeria. We are looking at the peace, progress, and stability of Nigeria. And that is what is paramount. Of course, the NNPC MD is here, Mr. Kyari. We cannot go into any details now because talks are still ongoing. We cannot finish everything at one sitting. So we have adjourned now. We are continuing the talks at a later date, very shortly. But the point is that talks are ongoing, and it's always better for all sides to keep talking with a view to arriving at a very amicable resolution that will be in the longer term interest of all Nigerians. That is as much as we can say now. Thank you very much. The meaning of deregulation is that it depends on the market force, on the price of crude of today. Tomorrow it could be different. If the price of crude goes up, you know what that means. If the price of crude internationally goes down, it reflects on the price. So it's not. We are trying to resolve the queues, and the labor, because necessarily labor unions will be agitated if there's any slight change in any price of any commodity, whether it's fuel, whether it's garri or bread. Labor will be agitated. That is what we are talking about. But in terms of pricing, you cannot control price when there is a deregulation. So there is a deregulation. The price you have today could go up tomorrow, could go down tomorrow. Don't forget. There will be interventions. We're not calling it palliative this around, but there will be interventions, at least so that the impact on the poorest of the poor in the society would be very minimal. That's part of the talks that are going on between government and Labour.
So that has not been determined yet. Intervention.
That's part of the talks going on. And I did say that the talks are going on. We have adjourned today and we are meeting again to conclude. So all of those, the details and specifics of the interventions will then be reeled out when the meetings are over. Very short.
What was communicated to you as the outcome of the meeting? As far as Labour is concerned, we didn't have a consensus in this meeting. Is that okay?
Are you still going to stand on the fact that they should actually go back to status quo?
That's the principle of negotiation. You don't put the partner, ask him to negotiate under gunpoint.
What are the prayers of the NLC?
The prayers of NLC is that We go back to status quo, negotiate, think of alternatives, and all the effects and how to manage the effects this action is going to have on the people. If it is an action that must take off. Well, the subsidy provision has been made up to the end of June. And before then, conscious people, labor, management, government should be able to think of what will happen at the end of June. You don't start it before the time.
The original deadline.
So why did they make provision up to end of June?
No, the original
Who's lying?
deadline was February 17th.
So why is it up to now?
That was at the discretion of the last administration.
Fine, the last administration made it up to end of June. Why can't we respect the sanctity of even that law that provided for that expenditure up to the end of June?
Okay, but is the NLC considerate with the federal government when they say that there's no fund, they can't fund it, or they can't raise money to fund the subsidy?
What is the purpose of governance? What's the purpose of governance? Is it the duty of NLC to raise funds for the government, to collect tax, to sell crude at the international market when the price of crude is going high? And the government that is a major exporter of a crude product is telling him there's no money. Other countries that are in the same scenario are eating fat.
Mr. President, do you think it's realistic to continue payment of subsidy?
Why do you keep on hammering on subsidy? What do you understand by subsidy? Has anybody explained to you the meaning of subsidy? What did they say is subsidy? Is there any country, even in the US, there's subsidy on wheat products? Is there any country that does not subsidize living of people, even if it's by providing public transportation? Well, those are issues we are looking at. If you're a major, producer of crude, and you refine abroad, you carry the crude abroad and refine and bring it, definitely there will be difference in the price, and that's what they are paying. If your fathers establish a refinery, and that refinery dies in your hands, and you are now refining abroad, you ask yourself some questions. You have refineries, Kaduna, Warri, Sapele, Port Harcourt. Why are they not functioning? That we have to go and refine abroad. The transportation money, the refining cost at international price or rate, and we bring it back here. And the same government pays the difference in cost of what it is here and what it's internationally. That's the subsidy they are telling you about.
But what happens if the government says they cannot do that?
You are still talking in the sense of in the state of dictatorship. What will happen if this is said? It's not all about conversation. It's not democratic way. If you say this thing is happening this way and you are engaged in discussion, if what happens there is take it or leave it, which doesn't have any space in the current dispensation. It's all about the people. People matter. If they say, this is the project you are bringing, you are removing subsidy, you have been spending money for this friends. Remember 2011 we were here, this compound, and we agree on some principles. Repair our refineries, to start operation latest by December last year. They were not done. We agreed on issue of CNG. The CNG product is eco-friendly and is cheaper than the PMS they're selling now. And some people say they can convert within 3 months. If we have done all these things, what will you be calling subsidy? The Dangote refinery is there to be producing. If any of these refineries are producing, we won't have all this challenge we are having today. That's the language of labor. Now, will anybody increase their salary by 300%? What has happened now? This question is good. Will come to the basics. As of today, transportation has gone beyond that. I don't know what they're paying you, but you cannot. It's not enough for your transportation. That's what we are saying. It's not because there is any dogma on subsidy. No, but we should converse in a free environment and atmosphere and arrive. If we agree for a meeting by 2 today, and in the morning, you come out with price modulation. How can you fix price in a deregulated market? If you are talking of deregulation in the classical sense of it, it has to be determined by market forces. What I buy, I sell. But by the time you now dictate the prices, this amount. Now what is happening is that deregulation
But that was just NNPC's price. They didn't detect other independent marketers.
So which other are the marketers?
We haven't seen other prices
Which
yet.
are the marketers? Which are the sole importers of this product? Who are the other marketers?
Hey, my people, not be small thing, no. This man, the power, not be small. Anyway, make una drop on a comment and I visit this so matter, and make una not forget to like and share. Una do well. See you all in our next video.
DJ